What's going on, Pats Nation? Welcome to another edition of the Ken's Pats Talk Patriots podcast. I hope y'all doing all right out there. I am doing well, man. We are getting ready for Week 8. Patriots at the Miami Dolphins. The same Miami Dolphins that beat us in what was that Week 2, and the same Miami Dolphins where it has been a house of horrors for the Patriots. It has been a pretty house of horrors. We have struggled there, man. We look at the Hail Mary a few years ago. I think it was Kenyon Drake. What really a Hail Mary, but it was just like a I don't know what you call it, man. They executed so well. I know Tannehill. I remember Tannehill was throwing it to Kenyon Drake. We threw it to receiver, then they threw it to Kenyon Drake. And last thing I can remember, I ain't gonna go deep in detail about it, but Kenyon Drake hit the right sideline and was gone. Rob Gronkowski was the last person that was was almost he had to make a diving attempt to make the tackle. I'm sure you guys remember that game and what a disaster that was. That was a weird game. It was a weird game and for it to end that way, man. But oh man, that place has been a house of horrors. Even when we had Brady and some of the top Patriot teams going down there, we have always struggled at Miami. Always struggled down there. I don't know if it's the heat. The good thing is we played them week 2, and we already getting our second meeting against them this week. And this is still October, so we ain't got to worry about going there later on in the year when it's really hot. But it's Florida, so it's going to be hot there. But man, this place has been a house of horrors, man, for us. Man, we have not been able to get over the hump. I don't remember the last time we won down there. I think it was 2019. I think we won down there when they had Ryan Fitzpatrick. Yeah, I think it was 2018 or 2019, 21. It's about 4 or 5 years since we won down there, man. It's been a while. It's been a house of horrors, man. It's been just we have not played well down there. It's always something. You look at the last matchup last year. Start off with the first drive of the game. Matt Jones going down the right sideline. Xavier Howard is blanketing Devontae Parker. I thought it was a pass interference call. Didn't get it tipped past Javon Holland with the interception. Year before that, it was 2020, 2021. Struggled down there. Came in later on in the year. We was down 10, 13 still. Came back. We couldn't get the sack on 2. I actually thought we was going to win that game. 2020, Cam Newton year, struggled down there. 2019 was probably the last time we won down there and played pretty well, man. So I think that was a blowout win. Brian Flores was the coach then. So that place has been a house of horrors for us, man. We have not been able to get over the hump, man. But coming off a big win against the Buffalo Bills this past Sunday, a struggling Bills team who played tomorrow night. I will be giving my prediction of that game. I might go live tomorrow night, or I might just save for the end of this live. I ain't going to be here too long, but I did want to come on and preview the game a little bit. We got a tough task on our hands Sunday. Going down to Miami, place we struggle with, as I just said in my opening. Dolphins are dealing with some injuries. They coming off a loss to the Eagles. They lost or whatnot to Philadelphia, and they still look good in the loss. I think it's some good they can take from that game. But do you look at their record? They 5-2 or whatnot now. They have beat up on bad teams for the most part. Patriots. They lost to Buffalo. They beat the Giants, beat the Panthers. They put up 70 on Denver. They beat up on a bunch of bad teams. So this Miami Dolphin teams, I don't know if they're pretenders or contenders because their schedule has been kind of weak. But divisional foes, second time meeting them, we can't let them get the season sweep on us, man. Oh man, we cannot let them get the season sweep. So we need to split this. If we can carry the momentum that we played against Buffalo, carry into Week 8 and beat and carry it down in Miami, we can get a win down there, man. They're a banged up team. They are hurt. Just looking at the injury report, I know Isaiah Wynn will be missing this game. He's going to be out for a while. I think they're missing another guard. I think Austin Jackson. He might be playing. I got to pull it up. I know Armstead is out. They missing like 2 linemen. They got hurt in that game. They already was coming into that game with a banged up offensive line. Tyreek Hill did not practice today. Raheem Mostert did not practice today. So I mean, yeah, they're dealing with it. It's the perfect time for us to get them. Coming off a big win, they're coming off a loss. They're banged up. Tyreek Hill's missing practice with a hip injury. I wouldn't read too much into it. Typically, Wednesdays is a rest day. But the fact they lay with a hip injury, and I think I remember the play when he got hurt. I believe it was the last play of the game. He had got hurt. I saw him limping. Don't know how serious it is. It's Tyreek Hill, probably the best receiver in the league. On pace already for about 1,000 yards. If he ain't done got it, I ain't even looked at his stats the past week. But I think he'll be out there. Probably won't be 100%. And Jalen Waddle was limited. He was in and out of the game with a back injury. So they're banged up, man. They are banged up, and the offensive line already with Tua with those concussion concerns and his injury history. That's not a good combination. Head on to our side of the field, like with Miami, Jalen Ramsey was back at practice. I don't. They already opened his 21-day window, so he didn't play this past week against Philly. Not sure he get. I don't know if he'll play this week here against the Patriots. I think they're going to bye soon too, so they might wait to get him back after the bye. He's. I don't know if Xavier Howard practiced today. I have to see. I didn't see anything on that, but he didn't play last week. He was out with a groin injury. But if they're missing their those two corners, Tyreek Hill, the running back, like they're a banged up football team. So we're getting them at the perfect time. Um, for the Patriots, we had another long injury report. Uche returned to practice. Keon White is the only one still ain't practicing. Jonathan Jones, we had a long injury report. Everybody was there except for Keon White. He's still going through the concussion. If he's not there tomorrow, you probably got to think that he's probably not going to play this week either. But if he can play, it'd be definitely be huge. Jamar, what's up? Jamari Mayfield said, "What's up, Ken? Appreciate it." Yeah, Tyreek Hill got hurt. He got hurt in the game. Against Philly on Sunday night. I think it's a hip injury. Yeah, I believe it's a hip injury for Tyreek Hill, man. I think he'll be there. I think they just held him out today. If he's not there, if he's not practicing tomorrow, that's when I start to worry. But I think he'll probably be out there, man. I'm not gonna read too much into that. But yeah, Tyreek Hill injured, man, and that's big. That's basically their whole offense. Jalen Waddle was hurt too. He was dealing with his back injury, so he was a limited participant in practice today. So they have they deal with a lot of injuries, man. Jamar said, "Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, not gonna lie. Yeah, it is. It really is. You don't wish injury nobody, but yeah, that's good for us, man. If we can get this win, we'll be 3-1 in the division. 3-1 in that tough division where a lot of people picked us being last and struggling in the division. Now we'll still be last in the division, but still, man, like that's big for the rest of this year and headed to next year. Like that's big, man. 3-1, and a lot of people didn't even have us competing really in the division, man. So and another thing too, we can get this win in Miami and get to 3-5. I believe we got Washington, then we go to Germany for the Colts. I know we got to play Buffalo again, but our schedule really lightens up. The schedule really lightens up after this week against Miami. We only got two tough teams after this week. We got Kansas City and we got Buffalo again. Other than that, we don't have no more tough games. After this week, we don't have no more tough games after if we beat Miami, after we play Miami. If Dolphins lose this one towards that main division, oh yeah, definitely. I definitely believe that. Cause Buffalo plays tomorrow night. I think they'll probably win. But I actually think the tomorrow night game is going to be real more competitive than what people think. I know Buffalo coming off a loss to us or whatnot on a short week, but they're a banged up football team too. Tampa Bay is the perfect team to go into Buffalo and get a win. Just don't know what Baker Mayfield going to show up. You don't know what Baker Mayfield's going to show up no more. I think if the right Baker shows up, and they got some weapons on offense, their defense is legit. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, that offense going up against that banged up Buffalo defense. If we can have success over them, I'm sure Baker Mayfield, that Buccaneer offense can. They can do the same daggone thing. So we're going to see, man. I cannot wait. I think tomorrow night's game going to really be an interesting game. There's going to be a lot going on in that game, man. I can't wait, man. If they can keep it close, I think Tampa can win. I'm going to give my prediction on that game at the end of the show, at this live stream. But yeah, I definitely can see that happening, man. Definitely. But I think the key we did a good job against Miami the last meeting, and they were moving the ball, but we held them for the most part in the red zone. They scored a couple of touchdowns. We didn't give up no deep passes at all. We really Tyreek Hill had like 40 yards. Now we did have Gonzalez, and we had Gonzalez. I think Miles Bryant was a 2-corner. Marcus Jones got hurt. Jonathan Jones didn't play that game. Jack Jones didn't play, and we hadn't got J.C. Jackson yet. So we missed. We lost Gonzo against Dallas, and Dallas at the game I was. That's when we lost Christian Gonzalez. So, but J.C. Jackson has came back. He's played very well for us. So this is a whole different secondary, a whole different corner that the Dolphins are seeing. They did not see none of these corners that are playing Sunday. They didn't see. It was Christian Gonzalez, Miles Bryant. I think it was Sean Wade. Marcus Jones started, but he got hurt in that game. So this is a different secondary that they're seeing. This time it's gonna be J.C. Jackson, Jonathan Jones, J.C. Jackson Johnson, Jack Jones, and Sean Wade and Miles Brown. So it's the top all 3 corner spots. Like it's a different. I think Jonathan Jones being back this time against Tyreek Hill is huge. It's big, man. J.C. Jackson, I don't know where you want to put him at because he did play against Miami week 1 against the Chargers. and they got lit up with JC. I remember JC Jackson giving up a big pass to Tyreek Hill. I wouldn't put JC on Tyreek. I'll probably put him on Waddle. But Waddle's just as good as Tyreek though. He's not as probably not as fast, but he's explosive. I think Tyreek Hill's way faster than Waddle, but he's definitely explosive. But I put JC over there. I'm doubling Tyreek, put JC over there on Waddle. Then they got Cedric Wilson, Braxton Burrows, a couple other guys, but I'm not too really worried about that. We need container run, keep two in the pocket. He's not really running no way, but kind of keep him in the pocket, make him throw from the pocket. We should have success, man. And stop that. We gotta stop that short passing. The key to my beating Miami, you need to get them in third and long, 3rd and 7 or more. Is what you don't. Cause Miami, Tua gets the ball out lightning quick. I have not seen nobody get the ball that quick. He gets the ball out very quick, so you need to get them on third and long, and I would disrupt them wide receivers at the line of scrimmage. That's what I would do. I would put John. I would John on Tyreek. Yeah, John Jones has done a pretty good job on Tyreek in the past. Double Tyreek. We did a good job. Gonzo shut him out, and he actually gave Gonzo some credit on his podcast too. He shout out Gonzo in the Patriots defense, man. So, Gonzo shut him out. Wish we had Gonzo this game, but we gotta wait till next year. But I think we definitely we double Tyreek, put JC on Waddle, then we'd be all right. It's very interesting because the last couple of meetings, Waddle's really been the one that's killed us really. Even as this past meeting, we took Tyreek away for the most part, but Waddle has success. I remember he called deep pass on Miles Brown. And then last year, you remember week 1, Jalen Waddle, he took that slant to the house on Jalen Mills or whatever it was. I think Jalen Mills took a wrong angle. Right before the half, week 1 last year, 2022 season, Waddle took the slant to the house. Right before the half, man. So that was crazy game right there. So Waddle's really been the one, but I think you got to give it to Waddle. You can't stop everybody. You cannot stop everybody. So I mean, I'm doubling Tyreek and let him go to Waddle and everybody else. That's all you can do. They don't really have a tight end that really scares me or whatnot. It's really just the 2 outside fast wide receivers and start to run the game. And I do think Tua will give you one. I do think he'll throw you an interception. You just got to catch it. He throws some interceptions of a ball. He's very accurate. I like Tua. He's a pretty good quarterback, but I do think he'll give you some opportunities. You just got to get him off his spot, get to him, sack him, mess with him, and rough him up a little bit. Yeah, Jalen Waddle. He's torched us, man. I ain't gonna say torched, but he's really. But you got to think he's number 2 receiver. So you take out Tyreek Hill, somebody gonna have to beat you other than Tyreek Hill. He's just gonna. Tyreek is he goes deep. He's so explosive. He's gonna open it up for everybody else. So you got to look at that too, man. But hats off to Jalen Waddle. Right? Crazy enough, we stopped the passing game for the most part, but Raheem Mostert rushed for over 100 yards on us week 2. So we stopped the pass. We was giving them the run, and they ran all over us on the outside. We couldn't do anything. So yeah. Touchdown, 20 seconds on the clock. Last year, Water got a touchdown, second quarter with 20 seconds on the clock. Was that the yep, right. I just said yep, right before the half. Yep, is that what I just said, man? Right before the half. So I think we match up with, like I said, it's a totally different secondary they seen week 1. Week 1 was Gonzo, Marcus Jones got hurt, Sean Wade, Miles Bryant. This time it's gonna be Jack Jones, Jonathan Jones, JC Jackson, mixed with Sean Wade, Miles Bryant in the secondary. So I think we will get Uche back. If we can get Keon White back, that'd be good. Christian Barmore has been balling, but he has been balling, man. He's really been him and Wise, and my man Anthony Jennings has been putting on a clinic. Now he's not flashy. Jennings not flashy. He's not going to have 10, 12, 50 sacks. Yeah, he's not a Michael Parsons or Judon, TJ White. That's not his game. But what he does, it doesn't show up in the stat sheet. He sets the edge on the run. He contains a lot of the running game. So, and he didn't play week 2. And he'll be playing. So this is a total different defensive lineup that they're going to see. Yes, man, Barmore has been a complete dog, man. They don't have the big gaudy sack numbers, but what he does, like I said about Anthony Jennings, it does not show up in the stat sheet. Christian Barmore has been balling, playing some of his best ball this year. Man. So hats off to Christian Barmore, Jelani Tavai, Dietrich Wise. I think Sam Roberts was active last week. Nobody been talking about Barmore. Yep, nobody. Sam Roberts was active. Jawan Bentley. I think Douglas should have had that pick in the end zone. Man, we got some guys stepping up, bro. Moving on to the offensive side of the ball, though. Damari Pop Douglas got off last week. Let's see what we can do this week. Can we keep that same game plan? Yeah, we need to keep that same. We need to keep that same game plan that we had last week. I think we should keep it this week. Get out to a quick start. Play with the league. Get up 3-zip, 10-zip if you can. Make Miami play from make Miami play from behind. If we can keep the same game plan that we had last week, we'll be all right. We got to come out sharp and fast though. We can do that. We will win this game. I really believe that. Yeah, I'm feeding Zeke, feeding Mondre, get the running game going early, and we got to protect. It's gonna be. I want to see if a Williams gonna be back at right tackle or what's gonna happen there. Yeah, get the ball in Mondre hand. You know when Mondre get the ball in his hand and they block, Mondre can make some things happen. A couple plays last week, I actually thought he was gonna take it to the house. I actually he's gonna take it. And Zeke's been running good. Man, he got a touchdown in 2 straight games for Zeke. I think Mondre's gonna get going. I'm telling you, bro, if we get this running game going, and protect Matt, we will have success in Miami. Now it's gonna be up to the defense to close it out. But we need to. I like a lot of the motion that we did last week. We was getting Bourne running around the formation motion with Bourne. Um, Pop Buck had like 4 or 5 catches for about 50 yards. Bourne had 5 or 6 catches for 60 yards. The interesting thing is here, listen to this right here. Juju Smith-Schuster, he's not on the injury report. So he didn't play last week. I guess he was still dealing with concussion. He will be back this game. So I'm hoping that does not take away from Pop Douglas snaps. That's a very interesting storyline right now. We get Juju back, and we do know Juju's the big money guy, the big offseason free agency. So I don't know what's been wrong with him. He hasn't looked explosive to me this year. I don't know if his knee still ailing him or whatnot that he had when he suffered in Kansas City in the championship game with the Bengals. But if we get Juju back, and if he's really found his burst back, man, I'm telling you, add Juju to the mix, we'll be all right. But I don't know, because then you're going to take snaps away from the youngsters. Pop Douglas, Jalen Rager been getting some snaps. But I'm with you, Jamar. We need to put as much speed out on the field as we can. Taquan Thornton, Pop Douglas, Kendrick Bourne, Jalen Rager. Like put the young guys out there. And I would sit Juju and Parker, man. Let them rotate in. I'm fine going out there with Bourne, Pop, Rager, Thornton, and let Juju and Parker rotate in when they can, maybe in the red zone or something like that. Man, he said, man, I hope not. Yeah. Pop need his reps, man. Yeah, he ran the wrong route one time last week. That's the one where Matt kind of tucked the ball back. Pop was supposed to sit there. They were running zone. Buffalo was in a zone. Pop was supposed to sit down, but instead he zigged and he went back out. If he would have sat down, he had an easy first down. That's why Matt was fussing. He was mad. That was on Pop Douglas. But yeah, I think he's a rookie, man. With more reps, he'll learn. I mean, you gotta play him. It's trial and error. Fanfani, Pop, and Thornton, they both open hell. Yeah, they did. Thornton, I want to see a lot more from Thornton, man. We need him. We need to do more than just open up the defense and just run a straight line. If Thornton can give us something, we'll be all right, man. And Jalen Rager caught a ball last week. I like what I seen from Rager. He's young, upside player. I think he's 25, 26 years old. He's fast though. He's fast. So I would rather play these youngsters, see what you got in them going into next year, rather than going out there with slow Devontae Parker. He does not get no separation. Juju Smith-Schuster, even when he was healthy, he wasn't doing much. Now he's coming back from a concussion. He's missed the last 2 games against the Raiders and against Buffalo. See what you got, man. But, it's a business, so they're going to see what they got in Juju. Juju will be active this week because they paid him the big money. So they got to see what they got anyway. They're not going to just have him with all that money just sitting down like that. That's from the business side of it. So Juju will be back. He'll be playing this week. I just hope he does not cut into these young guys' reps, man. Kayshawn Booty, I think bearing a big-time injury, I don't think we're going to see him. But I definitely want to see more Pop Douglas, man. Most definitely. If we can get Pop, because he's just what you noticed last week. He's just what the offense needs. He brings a spark. He's explosive. Parker does not have that wiggle. Juju doesn't really have. We brought Juju in to replace Myers, but Juju's more like a big slot receiver. Pop Douglas has the wiggle, and he can go deep. He can run the deep seam routes, and he can run the inside zig. So I think Pop gives us that Julian Edelman type, Julian L. Deion Branch, Danny Amendola, Wes Welker. He gives us that type. We haven't had that. He said, "Yeah, we need the youngsters out there." Yep, complete. I couldn't agree with you more, bro. Couldn't agree with you more. But we get Pop out there. I think the more Pop play, and just imagine if we added a true number one wide. Let's just look at this lineup right here. I thought about this yesterday. This offseason, if Pop Douglas continues to improve, he's probably going to finish with about He got what, probably almost 20. He probably gonna finish about 50 catches, 50, 60 catches, probably about 500, 600 yards, something like that, and a couple of touchdowns. Let's just say we ride with Pop Douglas going into next season. So we got Pop Douglas in the slot. We got a top five pick, or we might have to trade up and get Marvin Harrison. Hit that's your true number one. Then make a trade in the offseason for Jerry Jeudy. Your top three wide receivers next year could be Marvin Harrison, Jerry Jeudy, and Pop Douglas. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. If it is like that, you got three youngsters. That core there, it could easily, I think, could be a top 10 core if we use them correctly. Jerry Jeudy has untapped potential. He's been in a bad situation in Denver, still young. He was a first round pick, Jerry Jeudy. Pop Douglas already showed you what he can do. If he's going to continue to uplift it and uplift everybody else and improve. Then you draft probably the best player in the draft, Marvin Harrison. Just think about, I thought about that. Marvin Harrison, Pop Douglas, and Jerry Jeudy next year as your top three. Maybe you resign Kendrick Bourne, you're still gonna have Juju Smith-Schuster as probably your fourth. Juju will be your fourth receiver then. That's a good core. I think that can be a top 10 core if everybody live up to the potential. I'm just throwing it out there, man. We'll come at that this offseason though. But far as the Dolphins game, man, I think it's gonna be a tough game. I think it'll be a real tough game. But I do think I feel good about it, but I gotta wait to see the final injury report and just see how I'm feeling on around about Saturday night going into Sunday. Yeah, that's what I said, man. That would be nice right there. Pop Douglas in the slot, Marvin Harrison Jr. on one side, Jerry Jeudy. I'm telling you, and if you can dress the offensive line in free agency. I just thought about that, man. If we can do that, because Denver probably take a third round pick for Jeudy. The longer he's there, his stock gonna fall. The longer he plays bad there, his stock gonna fall. They're not gonna want a first or a second. You probably be able to get him for a third or fourth round, and you get him back with Matt Jones and Bill O'Brien. Like I think the sky's the limit for that offer. It's young though. That's young. You're explosive, young, explosive, and you're fast, man. That's what we need. That's what we need. So I actually think and then you address the offensive line later in the draft, second, third round. If me in the draft, I'm going all offense for the most part and add some depth on defense. But we're gonna get into that this offseason. But do want to talk a little bit about. I will be giving my prediction on the game for the Patriots and the Dolphins tomorrow night. I just want to break down a little preview as I've been doing of it. Also, if you just checking in, make sure you subscribe to me on YouTube, follow me on IG, and follow me on Twitter. Also, cash up down if you want to support the show. You don't have to, but I would appreciate it if you do. That would be nice. But we got Buffalo and Tampa Bay tomorrow. I'm gonna go with Buffalo because they're at home. I think they're gonna rebound, but I do think it's gonna be a close game tomorrow night. I think Allen, he's good for a pick. He's gonna give you one a game. Like I said, I do think it's gonna be a close game. Baker Mayfield, he's gonna give you a couple interceptions a game too. My final score for that game, I'm gonna go with the Bills. I can say how many points they just put up, what, 24, 25. I'm gonna say Buffalo wins 23-17. Close game. Both teams got to a slow start. But I think Buffalo will take it over tomorrow. But if Buffalo do lose tomorrow, that's gonna be shaky for Buffalo. That's gonna be very interesting for them going into the bye week. What they're gonna do with the trade deadline? I think they need another wide receiver opposite Stephon Diggs. Josh Allen is too Stephon Diggs centric. He gets too Diggs centric. So and then when that's not there, they struggle a whole lot. But I'm gonna go with Buffalo tomorrow night. We'll be taking, but also some on Patriots news. We did release Malik Cunningham and Trey Flowers, but we did bring back Malik Cunningham to the practice squad. I don't know what's going on there, and why they cut them and then bringing them back, but we did release him, and he did resign on the practice squad this afternoon. So we re-signed Malik Cunningham. Trey Flowers is still. I don't think we will be re-signing him. But Trey Flowers, he's still out there. But Malik Cunningham, that's interesting because a couple weeks ago with the Raiders, we signed him to a 3-year contract. I know it wasn't a lot. I think it was 30,000 guaranteed, but which is really nothing, depends on dollar. But then we elevated him. He was a second string quarterback for that Raiders game. And then something crazy happened last week. I knew that was kind of odd. He wasn't even active for the Bills game, and now we cut him. And I think we're probably going to elevate Jalen Rager to the 53-man roster. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Probably going to elevate him to the 53-man roster, and then have Malik Cunningham as your he'll still be on the practice squad. But injuries play a lot of play a lot of factors in these things, man. So we're gonna definitely see what happened, man. But other than that, that's gonna be it for the night, man. I will be going back live tomorrow night or maybe Friday to get my prediction. I'll be doing my prediction show and probably a recap of the Thursday night football game, final updates on the Patriots injury wise and things like that. Jabbar said, "Yeah, I agree with that." But yeah, man, I'm about to hop off for the night, get back in and watch some basketball. Hey, appreciate y'all joining me tonight. The one, like I said, if you're going to join in later on tonight, subscribe to the YouTube, leave a comment, like, share, comment and whatnot. Follow me on IG, follow me on Twitter. If you want to support the show, Cash App is right there. I appreciate it, and y'all